Welcome all my future homeowners out there. Today we are in the city of Round Rock, Texas, exploring a community called University Heights, and the builder we're looking at is Scott Felder Homes. Now this floor plan is 3 beds, 2.5 baths, a little over 2,000 square feet, 2 stories, and has a 2-car garage. Now let's talk buyer incentives. Today is February 7th, 2024. And right now the buyer incentives are pretty darn good because buyer demand is slow. It's picking back up a little bit, but I plan for it to really pick up during the summertime. That's when buyer activity usually really increases. So right now, this builder is offering some flexible cash that you could use to buy down that interest rate. You could buy on their website, you can buy down the interest rate as low as 3.99%. That's a few points lower than what the rest of the industry is going to give you. Now, new construction is by far the only place where you're going to be able to get these types of incentives because the builder, since they're a big company, they have the flexibility with the financing, especially because a big caveat to unlocking these incentives is you have to pre-qualify with their in-house lender. Now, because they control all these things, they have more flexibility when it comes to financing. And that's where you, the buyer, can take full advantage of, because this flexible cash you could use to buy down that interest rate to 3.99%. You could use it to help pay for closing costs. You could use it to help pay for some home upgrades, because in a lot of these floor plans, they have options to either build out a media room, a study, a home office. So that's pretty cool. So that's the beauty of this flexible cash. You could use it to however it could suit you the best. Most people, often than not, throw all that money to buy down that interest rate as low as possible. Now, one thing when it comes to interest rates is that the lower the interest rate that you can qualify for, the more purchasing power you have. So these homes start, I believe, in the mid 500s. Right? And if you don't have a household income that meets this like affordability, don't forget, I wouldn't let that stop you from reaching out to me, because we can, if you're in the ballpark, we can get with the lender and come up with the game plan. Because again, with that money that they're willing to offer to home buyers, we can really increase your purchasing power, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. This new construction is probably the best bet because you're buying something that's turnkey ready. You're going to have very little headaches in the first couple of years, because you're going to have that amazing home warranty. They have a 1-year, 2-year, and a 10-year structural warranty. So those are like the big pros of buying new construction. Another great question I get asked from my buyers is, hey, I want to make sure that I'm buying in an area that I know is going to be a good investment. I want to see an ROI. So I ran the numbers for this zip code that this community is located in. So in 2018, the median price of a home was $280,000. Fast forward to 2023, median price $450,000. That's a 9.95% year-over-year appreciation in the home's value. That is incredible. That just shows you the speed and the demand for Austin, because when I talk to my friends in California and other realtors around the nation, there's so much new construction happening here. So that should give you confidence that if developers, both on the residential front and commercial front, are investing and pumping lots of money in these areas, then your money is going to be in a good place, and it's only going to grow over time. And that's a unique thing to Austin. What do you guys think of the music? I'm thinking about keeping it in the beginning for the intro, or should I just lose it and just keep it soft throughout the whole video? What do you think? Tell me. Let me know in the comments. I want to give my boy Jasper Lee a shout out, because he's the one doing curating this music for me, so I don't hit up with any copyright infringement. Okay, so my closing thoughts. We went over the buyer incentives. Oh yeah, one big caveat to that is that we want to get these incentives when buyer demand is slow. Like right now in the month of February. As soon as summer rolls along, buyer activity typically picks up and these incentives start going away, or the amount of cash that the builders are willing to give you definitely gets a lot less. So if you're a first-time home buyer and you're looking at buying new construction, I want you to get in the mindset of like, I want to buy. Like, your window of opportunity is when demand is slow, when it's off season, right? And right now it's in winter, and it really starts to pick up back in spring and definitely in summer. That's the peak of the market when a lot of buyers come out. That's when these incentives will go away slowly but surely, because it correlates exactly with buyer demand. And right now, in the month of, we're in early February, they have homes that are move-in ready within the next 30 to 60 days. We can close and scoop up these incentives because they will not last. They will only last while the funds are available. That's written all over the builder's website. So let's schedule a time to talk. We can do it virtually. We can do it over the phone. And that way we come up with a game plan, and then I can let the sales manager know, hey, I have an interested buyer, because we have to show our intent as soon as possible. That way we get these incentives locked down. Because again, people are taking advantage of incentives every day because buyer activity is picking up. And again, these incentives the builders that are throwing out are a little bit higher than usual because that's how much demand is slowed down. Okay. And then the last thing we went over was the home appreciation for this area. So I think those are good reasons to seriously consider Round Rock. Consider Scott Felder Homes as a builder of your choice to move in here. Oh, and I failed to mention Samsung, which is right next door in Taylor, Texas. A lot of folks from Samsung are moving into this community. That's a little side note that the sales manager told me. So you would be in good company if you're looking at working for Samsung, because it's not that far of a commute, and you have the a direct access, like road access, to get there. So that's it for today. My name is I forgot to say my name. My goodness, my name is Omar Pineda, your Austin realtor with eXp Realty. And if you're looking for all things new construction, then you've come to the right place, because I cover new construction. I visit builders and I visit these communities daily. That way you stay up to date on what's happening, and you stay up to date on the incentives. So if that's something that's in your wheelhouse that you want to get to know more of, then you're subscribed to my channel, because that's what I'm going to be giving you new construction, because there's just so much happening in the Austin area. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.